You've been holding it in. The grief, the stress, the silence. But what if there was a space where your soul could finally breathe? Welcome to Brushes and Balance, a wellness experience where your emotions meet the canvas. Join us for a day of guided painting, affirmations, breath work, and sound therapy, led by healing professionals who understand what restoration feels like. This is more than a paint session, it's soul work. It's a place to let go, to begin again. And as the sun sets, we rise in harmony at the Soul Healing Concert, featuring powerful voices and music that touch the heart. If you're tired, grieving, overwhelmed, or just ready to feel again, come. Brushes and Balance, where the canvas catches what your heart's been holding.
Happy Monday, everybody. Y'all caught me grooving. Y'all caught me grooving. I like that little song with that commercial. Fifi did a good job with that. So yes, guys, Brushes and Balance here in Birmingham, Alabama. Make sure you go out to brushesandbalance.com. That's brushesandbalance.com. Go out there, get your ticket. It is a two event in one day. So you got your morning and your evening event, guys. It's going to be great. I'm going to be one of the facilitators. They call me the positive affirmation coach or facilitator. I'm going to be bringing you positive affirmations with biblical principles to help us all understand what God says about us and how he views us, and let that be positive words coming out of our mouths and led on scriptural foundation. So it's going to be really good, guys. We're going to put all of our stuff out there on that canvas. So that's going to be great. We got our story that's going to be there. And of course, the visionary of this amazing event, Latricia Fifi Redmond, will be in the building as well, guys. So listen, you've been reaching out to me, and I've been porting you over there to the website. A lot of you are wanting to bring your groups with you, your friends with you. I've been hearing a lot of you wanting to bring your small groups in. So that's going to be great. Go out there and get that. I would recommend go ahead and get both sessions, get the morning and the evening. And during the morning, we're going to be wearing all black. And then at night, we're going to be wearing all white, much like this shirt I have on tonight. I should wash this off and wash it and wear it for that event. I don't know why I have it on now, but it's going to be great, guys. So please go out there to brushesandbalance.com. That's brushesandbalance.com. Give a big shout out to Erica Parker, who was in the building last week. She talked about healing, health, restoration, balance. Guys, listen, I'm telling you, this is that season for getting yourself in a space of peace and a place of serenity. There's so many things that are taking place in our country, so many things that's taking place just in our personal lives, things that I've dealt with in the very beginning of the year. We're all seeking peace, and God says that he gives us peace. It's a gift from him to us. And so we have to make sure that we stay in that place of peace and serenity. Appreciate the gift that God has given. So Erica Parker came in the building for all of your health and wellness needs, and she's talking to you about making sure you're getting into that space. Reach out to Erica Parker. Big shout out to her. It was a great show. She did an amazing job. If you missed it, go out there to the Ladiez Room, Ladiez, Ladiez, the Ladiez Room. Go out there to the Facebook page, hit like and follow, of course, and then grab the show from last Monday. It will certainly be a life and game changer for you. Now, tonight, we have someone coming back into the Ladiez Room. Guys, this is not his first time, neither is it his second time, and probably not his third. He has been in the Ladiez Room many times. He's one of the few men who have a virtual key. They can turn that key and the lock will unlock. That's how many times this guy has been in the Ladiez Room. He's a big supporter of what we do and has always been. And you know what? He's been to Dubai. So he's going to come in and talk to us about how that trip was and how he was able to take his art and display it across the country. Sir Chris Da Rtist, how's it going tonight?
Man, it's going outstanding. Outstanding. And thank you for having me on again. Not the first, not the second, not the third, and most definitely not the last.
Well said. Listen, I want to know about this Dubai trip because, from what I understand, you were able to go to Dubai and take your art with you. You know, how many people have an opportunity to do that? Is that true? You were able to display some of your art in Dubai?
Most definitely, I was graced with the opportunity, to go out to Dubai and not just show some art, but to represent the United States as a black man. So it was bigger to me. It was much bigger than just going out and displaying some artwork. That was a lot. It meant a lot to me.
Well, tell us a little bit. I'd like to know, it's not inexpensive to fly across seas. I did that last year. I know what all that entails.
Yeah,
And I know the process that it takes to get there. It's a lot of
right.
flights, getting off flights, changing planes, all of that stuff. And so I know there's a lot to that. And so when you're carrying precious cargo like that, there's a certain way, I'm sure, that you have to package and to prep your art in order for travel. I'd love to hear that process.
Right. You know, I have to say this, and a lot of people might think, well, there he go with that God stuff. Man, I got to be honest. If you guys want me to lay it out like a rug, that's the only way I know how to do it. And when I first heard about the trip, because a couple of years ago when I was in Miami, me and my brother Moab, we were displaying our artwork, and there was a gentleman came up to us, and he was like, "Hey," he handed us his card. He said, "You guys belong in Dubai." He said, "Y'all belongs on a bigger, a much bigger stage." And I was like, "I agree." So we talked it over, but everything didn't pan out at the moment. But that thought always stayed in the back of our mind. So this year it came around again. So I was like, okay, Lord, I was looking at my budget because, you got to watch that budget. So I'm looking at my budget, got a lot of projects going on. I'll tell you about that later on. Look at the budget. And I was like, looking at those expenses. And when Paul said, count up the cost, I was like, nah, I won't be making this trip this time because I already had some other things, for those funds that was allocated for. So everything was broken down into segments. So I said, well, Lord, if you want me to go, provide.
Right.
Thank God for honest people. I have a friend of mine, Ken Clay, and told me like 2 or 3 years ago that he wanted to commission me to do a piece of artwork, which very lucrative amount. I don't want to call out the amount. Excuse me, something going on. But I don't want to call out the amount because people might be saying, hey, let me borrow something. No, just kidding. But anyway, that brother called me and he was like, hey, I'm ready to do that. And the amount of money that we was talking about and discussing, well, it was enough to not only cover the trip, but it was extra right at that moment. And I was like, okay. So I made all the arrangement, never been to Dubai, didn't know anybody out there. So, I'm praying, I'm like, okay, Lord, I want to take some artwork, but the Holy Spirit told me, take the smaller pieces. So I'm like, okay, because the 12 by 12s, and I took the 5 by 7, which is the pieces that I was going to bring if I was coming to the studio, because I love come bearing gifts.
Right.
So that's why I like in person. But these right here, these are the 5 by 7. These are our labels 228. So those are easily packaged, and we can manage those very easily. So all of my artwork was actually on the plane with me, because you're talking about anywhere between $5,000 to $6,000 to ship, the artwork over there, and not guaranteed that it's going to make it. So I like to be, kind of have somewhat of control of my artwork. But the crazy thing about it, when I got there and everything was smooth, the ride, I only had one layover on my way out there. So I went straight from Atlanta straight to not Dubai, but straight to Qatar, and from there to Dubai. No problems. Got my baggage, able to go and get my room. And the crazy thing, I messed up. I actually rented a vehicle, and I'm gonna drive in this foreign country that I can't speak the language. So that was a crazy thing happened, And if you don't have faith for real, you find faith real quick, in those type of circumstances. But I rent the car. That went smooth the first day. Went up there and I look at my space, and the Holy Spirit showed me how to hang all the artwork and how to put them in, how to color code, how to put them, how to display it. It was like, everything was smooth. So that's why I am so grateful for the voice of God and listening to God. You know what I'm saying? When he is instructing us. I'm not in Dubai because I like Dubai. I'm not in Dubai because I just wanted to take a trip to Dubai. That is a part of my journey. That is a part of my assignment. And oh my God, the embracing that I received. But to be on that stage, to go from 2016, from God telling me to pick up the brush, 2018, first trip in Miami where I met my brother Moel. Last year, see, I didn't tell you, last year, we actually was on a yacht where I displayed my artwork. Yeah, the Miami Beach Yacht Club. So we was on one of those yachts. Beautiful people. And when I tell you those people know how to do their thing. Business, oh my gosh. So, and I just seen God elevating us, just taking us higher and higher. But to get out there and to have favor with the people that I had, and for the people to come out and embrace me the way they did, that meant more to me than just going out there and selling art, because it's way bigger than that.
It's just a thing of just being able to do it, because sometimes we take for granted the fact of being able to travel across seas.
Oh yes.
And
Yeah.
And I just didn't know how great and such an honor it was until I had an opportunity to do it. And
Right.
I would recommend, really, truly, Chris, I recommend anybody, if you have an opportunity to at least go across seas one time, if you have the opportunity, take it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it is for you, but for me, it was so different. And the culture was different, so loving, so kind, so
Yeah.
always opening up their homes for
Yeah.
fellowship. Here
Yeah.
we don't do that as much. You don't really.
No, no,
A
no,
lot of
no.
people, maybe if you're in a small group or something, but some people don't open up their homes for fellowship or to open up for a warm meal or just to sit out on the deck and laugh and talk. Some people just, that's just not culturally our thing anymore. We kind of got out of that. And so
Yeah.
there, they appreciate they appreciate the very small things.
Yes.
It was just a wonderful experience for me. And so
And it really was.
yeah.
It was the same, with me. When I tell you, it has elevated my expectations. See, you know me, I always had some high expectations. But to see the things that these people are doing in a desert, this is a desert. And all it is a vision. The vision that these people have, the buildings, I'm up like 124 floors. And that's not even the pinnacle. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm looking at some of the things that they have accomplished in Dubai. There are people just like us. They're no different. But like you said, one thing I noticed though, they help each other. When that unity that they have, they don't have this crab mentality, crabs in the bucket, we're going to keep you down. Oh my God. When I was out there at the event, right, there was only a few Americans. And when I say a few, so it was only three blacks and others. But even though we kind of came together a little bit, but at the same time, we were segregated. We were separate,
Right.
you know. But every other nationality, when I tell you, man, they carry their load, they made their load lighter. Those people was together. The people from I just can't call out one nationality. It was all of them. And when I tell you they had that, it's like, man, they had that thing together and they was helping each other, you know, install their artwork, helping each other, you know, sell the artwork. They was helping each other take it down. And if one, you know, would leave, the other one would cover down. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. But you know, being out there though, Clarissa, I've never felt so safe.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you I felt so safe, you got little kids traveling on these transit by themselves in the evening time, at night. Their parents, you know, ain't nobody to worry about, ain't nobody trying to kidnap my kids, you know, there's no violence, crime, and all of this type stuff. Man, you can just relax. And then by me, you know, wearing my tie, you know, people thinking I was from that area anyway. I'm like, hold on. One guy, somebody's like, Assalamu alaikum. I'm like, Assalamu who? You know, but it's a good thing. Moel kind of taught me some of that. You know, Assalamu alaikum. You know, you said peace, Assalam. You know, but I'm just tripping. But I did fit in, so I fit in. Couldn't speak the language, but I fit in. I can nod north and south or east and west.
Yeah, that's good. You know, it's funny because we went to certain different areas. I was in South Africa, but that same mentality is the same. I saw so much unity
Yeah,
South Africa when I was there last year. And they were willing to help each other and no one was trying to outshine the other one.
right.
Everybody was working cohesively together, giving equal recognition. Nobody was trying to outshine the other person or outdo the other person. And when I tell you, I was there for like 2.5 weeks and
Mm,
just amazing. And so, but
right.
then you come back here and you step back into the same stuff you left, you know, I'm like, oh, I miss South Africa so bad because I just did not experience any of that over there.
Right.
You come back and then it just hits you slam in the face. But
No.
again, you kind of look at things a little differently now. And when you see people jockeying for positions and all that type of stuff, you know, at this point, you just kind of sit back like, why? You know,
I know.
use, you know, unity, teamwork, team means together, everyone achieves more. And, you know,
Right.
and there's enough for everybody. There's
It
enough.
is.
And so we really, at some point, hopefully we can get that over here. I don't know if we ever will, but we need to be able to get that and
We
stop
will.
on people to get to where you want to be.
We will. You know why? You know why we will? Because we have people like yourself. We have people like Allison Sanders. We have people like Kevin Holmes. So we have people, we have individuals, and I'll tell you some other, you know, some of my other uh people that's on my team. We have the cookies, you know, we have the support like Ken Clay. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have people like that, small, that's all we need is a small flame, and let's fan it and let it catch on. We have people like Mo from Miami. Find a young man struggling, you know, from Alabama. Don't know nothing about the art game, but he extended his generosity. And now we're brothers doing great things. So it'll take a little time and it might not be easy, but we can do it. I know we can do it. You know, we have people like your husband, like Ernest. You know, when you have genuine people, you know, don't give up. Now you said something, you struck a nerve. Coming back, oh, you do not realize how hard it was. I kid you not, because I am self-employed, I could have stayed, you know, a little longer. but I still had some loose ends that some things that I had to do over here. Oh my gosh. The reality hit me in the airport in Atlanta.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. And they was like, welcome to America. I knew I was back in America then. And when I tell you it was rough, it was so hard to come back.
Yeah.
And then coming over here, because being over there, I was glad because my phone was roaming. And I was glad because I couldn't get all that stuff that's happening right here, in Bessemer, in Birmingham. This person got shot and all of that. But the moment I got back and my phone started catching up, and I'm like, oh gosh. And in the airport, some of us just, oh man, I don't even want to put us on blast like that, but it was a culture shock, and I'm like, man, it was hard. It was hard. It was hard.
Yeah. So, I've been to a couple of your art shows, Chris, here on this side.
Okay.
And I have some amazing artwork. I think the last one I went to was at the
Thank
Harbor
you.
Center down in the lobby. And just the concept and the tennis shoes that were decorated. And you just had like a plethora of just different things that you were displaying and showcasing. And you had a good show and had some nice food. I believe in some good food. And the music was great. Everything was just really, really cool. So when can we expect another showcase from you this year?
Oh man, I actually have some things on the table right now, and I actually have to play within the window. So I can't give you, like a time frame, because from this Dubai show and from the exhibition on the yacht last year, that has opened up some other doors. So, and there's some things that I really, I can't say right now, but you know how it goes.
Hey, Chris,
Yeah.
listen.
But you're going to get it first now. You're going to get it first.
Listen. We know how to hold secrets in the room. Now, feel free to let us know. And we'll just hold right here. Shh. We won't tell a soul.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm actually, oh man, I because of the details now, I just can't share it right now, but I promise you this. The moment everything is solidified, I will bring it to you first.
Okay. All
That's
right.
fair enough.
We're going to be waiting. Use that key whenever you want to. Okay. We're going to be waiting. But guys, listen, while we're waiting, I want you guys to turn your attention back over to Brushes and Balance. Brushes and Balance is going to be here next month. That's May 31st. You still have some time to go ahead and get those tickets. Get the group rate. Get the group tickets. Get you about 4 or 5 of your best friends to come out. This is for men and women. So you can come out, guys, and let it be a safe space for you to, as the commercials say, breathe. Check it out.
You've been holding it in. The grief, the stress, the silence. But what if there was a space where your soul could finally breathe? Welcome to Brushes and Balance, a wellness experience where your emotions meet the canvas. Join us for a day of guided painting, affirmations, breath work, and sound therapy, led by healing professionals who understand what restoration feels like. This is more than a paint session, it's soul work. It's a place to let go, to begin again. And as the sun sets, we rise in harmony at the Soul Healing Concert, featuring powerful voices and music that touch the heart. If you're tired, grieving, overwhelmed, or just ready to feel again, come. Brushes and Balance, where the canvas catches what your heart's been holding.
Yes, Brushes and Balance. I hope you're going to be there. Chris, is going to be an amazing experience. Go ahead and get your tickets out there, brushesandbalance.com, brushesandbalance.com. It's going to be at the Epic Center. That's in Birmingham, Alabama, owned by Mrs. V and Big Ed. And it's a great facility, awesome venue. So we can go, guys. And first part of that day, we're going to relax, release. We're going to come back in our all white so we can chill and listen to some amazing melodic sounds from some of the best artists here in Birmingham, Alabama. Listen, Chris, before we go here tonight, you know how we like to do it now. What we like to do is that we, wait a minute, somebody talking about me. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And when is the date of that show?
It's going to be May 31st. So
okay.
That's May 31st, Brushes and Balance. And it's just an opportunity to be able to, because a lot of people are going through some things and they just don't want to be in a space where they can kind of relax and just, really get positive affirmations and just be in a space to do some things that's differently that just requires peace.
Right.
And so that's what that's going to be about. And it's really going to be an amazing event. I like the concept that Fifi has put together, that we wear all black the first half. And so that's just a part of us just getting all of that stuff that's weighing us down and that's causing us turmoil and anguish. And so black for that first portion. And then we come back because we put everything out on the canvas. We come back for the concert and chill in our all white purity. So I love that concept. I thought it was a pretty cool concept there, but it's going to be May 31st. That's on a Saturday starting at 12 o'clock. And then we'll come back for that concert. So I recommend people to get that bundle so you can get both of both worlds during that day. So that's going to be great. Fifi's going to be inside the Ladiez Room next month, talking a little bit more in detail about what we can expect by being at that event as well. But I'm going to address this that she has on the screen here. Clarissa is just nosy. See, I'm not nosy. I am inquisitive. There is a difference from being nosy and inquisitive. You want to know the difference, Chris?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
So people who are nosy, they want to know things just because there's no reason.
Right.
Just to know.
Right.
People who are inquisitive is that we want to know these things because we have we just really want to know because it makes us feel better to know. That's our reason, right?
That's right.
As she laughs. Sound better in my head, Chris. Hey,
I thought you was going to go in like a completely different, wait.
I tried, but I got hung up somewhere.
It's all right.
Hey, we got Z-Lens in the building with the K1, the ones and the twos.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, but yeah, Chris, before we go, I really want to just chat with you about Dubai, your experience with that and how you're able to take your art. And you are now an internationally known artist as of right now. How does that feel?
Actually, it feels great. And I'm going to tell you why. If you will allow me a brief moment to kind of go in a little bit, let me tell you why. Growing up in the projects in Belma, not Bessemer, but in Belma.
Right.
Growing up in the project, 7 child of 9. Always, life itself just challenges. You know what I'm saying? Always not just feeling inadequate, but people telling you and shaping your mind and telling you that you're inadequate, telling you what you cannot do, but not only telling you what you cannot do, but drawing a path for you and trying to put you or force you on that path, and to debrief all of that stuff, to get all of that stuff out of my mind, and for God to call little old me and say, listen, this is who you are. This is who I made. This is what I made. You're not what people been telling you that you are. Let me show you who you are. And when he did that, and when he told me, now follow me, Now, you know, when God told the Israelites, okay, you guys are kings, and I'm going to say something that's going to scare a lot of people, but check, what is it, Psalm 52. And he said, I call you gods, the little g's, because you was made in my image, right? So when he told them and showed them what he had for them, the land of Canaan, the land that's flowing with what? Milk and honey, godly houses that they did not build. Now he said, this is what I have for you. This is the imagery that I have for you. Go get it. And they was like, okay. And they came up with all these excuses. And you know what I told myself, Clarissa? I said, Lord, I can't possess it right here. I can't possess it on this job. I said, Lord, I got to go and get it. I'm going to get mine. Don't tell me you got something for me, and then you show me where it's at, and then you give me a map or a blueprint or a GPS. Go get. I say I'm going to get it. So wherever he takes me, I'm going, because it's bigger than me.
Right.
Just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Going to Dubai, I had an opportunity to help some other artists that was really going through some things. And I'm thinking, well, Lord, you send me all the way over here to help somebody. He said, because that's how he is. Send me all the way over there to be able to minister to somebody else, to help somebody else, not focus on me.
Right.
Clarissa, and I want the world to know, and everybody that is watching this awesome show, this is my favorite place. I've been interviewed, man, for some strange reason. I don't know if it's my face, is it the gray beard or something? I get interviewed in every place, every exhibition. You know, somebody always want to interview me, so I love it. But this place right here, that's why I like being, but I like to be in the presence, you know what I'm saying? But that's okay. I love this show. So I want the people to know this. It's not about the money. I'm thankful for what my gift is bringing in, but it's not about the money. It's about God's faithfulness for me. Can I share just a small little testimony?
Absolutely.
Being out there, you want to land?
To the front, Chris. I'm gonna bring you to the screen by yourself, because in that as well, I want you to give an encouraging word.
Okay, gotcha.
You know how we do it.
Gotcha. Okay, check this out. Here I am in Dubai, a place I've never been before, don't know anybody. And you know, we grown, right? So instead of me just utilizing whatever transit system they have, like with the buses, the cabs, the Uber or whatever, I go out there, ill-advised, and just rent me a car. I can't speak or read Arabic. The streets, I can't even pronounce them. But the GPS helped me out. Started out, I went to the first establishment at the World Trade Center where we was having the event, right? So getting ready to leave was a different story. At night, 9 o'clock, 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock, getting ready to leave. And they had the Wi-Fi available for me over there. And I hope I'm ministering to somebody, because I want y'all to see the faithfulness of God. So I'm driving, got a block away from the building, and it said GPS system lost. And I said, oh my goodness. So I'm driving, trying to remember the directions and stuff. It wasn't happening. So I pulled over, and I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do to get this thing back on. Didn't happen, didn't work. So I said, okay, Lord, I said, you're going to have to be my GPS right now. God is my witness. I prayed. The Holy Spirit told me to get back on the interstate and go in a certain direction. I did. Then I'm going, their roads are just different, way different from ours. Then when I came to a certain exit, he said, take this exit. Got off on that exit, put me within 6 minutes from my destination. That was not the only time, that was the first time. And that happened, and God had to lead me out by faith to turn my car in and to get to the airport. So, I just want you to know God is faithful. I don't care where you at. He's the same. You can be in Besma or Egypt. God is the same. You can be in the water or in the desert. God is still the same. And I would be amiss if I did not give God his praise. And at the same time, I just want to thank those people who had enough faith in me and enough belief in what God called me to do. Because I know God is my provider, but God used people. And I want y'all to know that. God used people. I was out there. My spouse came through for me because there was some expenses that populated that I was not ready for. And I mean, when I say expenses, there was some expenses. And she had my back. That means a lot. My brother Ken Clay, I gotta call you out, man. Thank you for listening to God, listening to the voice of God, and being obedient to what God called you to do to help me to make it to my destination. And all the other people, Paul Johnson, the Ellis, Mr. and Mrs. Ellis, and everybody else that actually listened to the voice of God and obey the voice of God, because I can't do it by myself. It does, and I had to learn that because I always tried to do everything by myself, and then realized that that was pride. And God humbled me, and now I realize that it's going to take a group of people, Allison, everything that you've been doing to make sure that I have my stuff dressed right, so when I go way out there to other countries, I'm represented and have my stuff, dressed right, as we would say in the military. So if you out here and God called you and told you to do something and has given you instruction, be like Nike, just do it. Just do it. Man, I just want to say to the family, who lost loved ones, especially to my two brothers, getting back with Big Prophet and my brother J-Rock. My condolences go out to y'all families. But I work closely with those guys. And I don't know if they had an opportunity to complete their chapter, but they let me know I'm going to have to get out here and do and grind even harder, because when my day comes, I want to be empty. I want to be poured everything out that Jehovah God poured in me. And it's not about the money. Man, I'm just glad to be a vessel and be a vessel for God. I don't care where he sent me. My boy Lecrae, one of my favorite, gospel rappers, send me, I'll go. When I told God that, I meant it. I don't care where, hey, as long as you pay for it, I'll go. And I just want to give that. And I would like to give my information. You can look me up on Ladiez Room, Instagram. You need somebody to talk to. I don't care, man. I don't care what you done. I don't care if you're a killer. I don't care you're a drug dealer. I don't care, because a lot of time we just overlook those people. Well, you all need some people that, to minister to you also. So, hey, I don't care what you done, because God don't care what you done. You're not too bad for God. Hit me up. We'll talk. And, your secret is my secret.
I love it. I love it. And we got one of our favorite people inside the Ladiez Room here tonight, Miss Wilma Washington. She says, I'm so proud of the two of you, and I feel blessed to have you in my life. I've been knowing Miss Wilma and the Washingtons since college. They have been my college parents, and they're now my children's godparents. And so I'm telling you, you talk about some amazing people, and
yes.
I always believe that anything I put my hands to, and even my kids' hands to, is accomplished, is doable.
You know how they do in the church? And can I say something? And I want to attest to that. Miss Wilma, if I forgot you, I didn't call your name, but thank you for those encouraging words. They helped me when I was in Dubai and things was going hard. And I look and I see your message said, baby, I'm proud of you. And you said, and we are covering you. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Guys, I want to say this. It's not about your money. It's not always about your money. Some things you can just a kind word, you know, you don't have to know that person. If you want to support me, just give me a kind word. Just let me know, man, I'm proud of you. That means a whole lot to me. It's not always about money. There are other resources. Clarissa, I'm grateful for what you're doing, you know, right now with your platform. All the people that you're helping, you know, you're gonna be blessed for that. Yeah, I know you're already blessed, but trust me, you're gonna be blessed for that.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. We got Cam that popped in. She done said some great things to us. Yes, love is the key. Out of Atlanta, Georgia. Mark Raby has popped in today with the Encore Theater and Gallery. Guys, the only African American theater in the state of Alabama. You want to go out and support him. He has some great things coming up every week. He got some really good things coming up in Encore Theater. What you showing us, Chris? What you showing
You
us?
know, I got my book. Can
Yeah,
y'all see it?
talk about your book. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up right quick. Show it. Show it.
It's called Embracing the Color of Freedom, Embracing Freedom. That's the front. And of course, you know, I gotta represent myself on the back.
Of
So
course.
that is something that I'm getting ready to publish. So Lord told me to slow down because I was moving. I was moving like the speed of the internet trying to get that thing. God said, slow down. And
Right.
I'm glad he did because God perfects. You know that? So I was leaving out so much. I had these pictures, but God wanted me to add poetry with those. So each picture now has a poem to ride along.
Right.
Remember, we talk about helping people? Well, this is an amazing artist, Debbie D. She's actually from San Francisco. This is some of her work. These are paintings, and this is some of her work. So this is another artist that we're actually helping, to get their stuff out. And for you, because I remember you kept telling me, or you kept asking me, what about them roaches? What about them roaches?
I was just
Well,
saying, I
guess
was waiting.
what?
I want to
Guess
know
what?
about that cartoon now.
Well, I just completed a writing course with David Weiss, and if you don't really know who he is, get a check. Go and Google his name. He's on a lot of big projects. Great people. So now I'm getting ready to release my cockroaches. Yes, because I'm writing again. So I'm doing that, and oh my God, it's gonna be awesome. So you get your voice ready.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yay!
You get your voice ready.
I'm
Yes, I
looking
still
forward
have you
to it.
down
I'm
as
looking
one of
forward
my
to it.
lead characters. That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, we can keep that the secret because we can roll that out later on. So I'm excited to see it here.
Yeah.
I'm
So
excited.
I'm very excited about that because a
Yes.
lot of people don't know, all the cartoons I've been trying to push them out, in the early, but it wasn't time. God gave them to me, but it wasn't time. It's time now. So I'm getting ready to push them out.
Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Hey guys, so much more in store for Sir Chris, the artist. He has a lot of things coming down the pipeline. Please, let's make sure that we're going to support this first book he's going to roll out. And somebody wanted to know, Chris, how can we get your art? If we want to purchase a piece of art, how can we get that?
Hit me up on Instagram because I'm working on my website right now, because the one that I had, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't working right, and it just didn't really do me a lot of justice. So I had to go back and redo it and do it in excellence. So I had to go back and correct that. So hit me up on LayzeeArtist Instagram, or you can reach out to me on LayzeeArtist at yahoo.com. And that's my email. And I always respond, to whatever, to my email, or especially to Instagram, because that is what's going on. And everybody is, doing a lot of business. So
All right.
That's where I
Sounds
can be
good.
found.
Let's get out there and support, guys. You certainly won't go wrong with this. Thank you guys so much for coming out and hanging out with us tonight, and to check out Chris and interact with us tonight. Be sure to share this with your stream of friends. Let people know more about Sir Chris the Artist, about the things that he's doing, other things he has coming down the pipeline. And again, as always, we always want to thank you for supporting. And Chris, always know, whenever you want to use that key, brother, turn it, and that door will automatically open for you here inside the ladies' room. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
I thank you and I appreciate you. You know, like I said, you guys, you and your husband, man, y'all just golden people. And we appreciate what you're doing for the community, not just local. You're doing big things, and you're doing things, you're helping people, you know, all over globally. And I appreciate that. And one other thing I would like to say, you know, with your permission, is there's a guy that he's the CEO of the Miami Beach Yacht Club. His name is Simon Labrati. And I just want to take this time out to say thank you, man, for opening, you know, your establishments to us and extending the, you know, the red carpet. And he's doing some things with, you know, with the Hukana brothers. And he actually helping us out. And I'd be amiss if I didn't, you know, give shout out to him also. And I just want to let you know, man, we appreciate you. If y'all looking for a yacht, I'm gonna tell you how awesome he is. They have it, and they made it affordable. You don't have to buy that yacht, but you can actually have stock in them, and you can, you know, utilize those yachts whenever, however, how often. So if you want to check them out at MBYC Miami Instagram or MBYC Miami website.com. Thank you.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, good. Much love and peace to you out there, Chris. Congratulations for a job, a job well done, and thanks for getting back here safe. I'm glad that your travels are back here safe and you enjoyed Dubai. So, guys, again, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you back here next week at 7:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. Good night.
You've been holding it in. The grief, the stress, the silence. But what if there was a space where your soul could finally breathe? Welcome to Brushes and Balance, a wellness experience where your emotions meet the canvas. Join us for a day of guided painting, affirmations, breath work, and sound therapy, led by healing professionals who understand what restoration feels like. This is more than a paint session, it's soul work. It's a place to let go, to begin again. And as the sun sets, we rise in harmony at the Soul Healing Concert, featuring powerful voices and music that touch the heart. If you're tired, grieving, overwhelmed, or just ready to feel again, come. Brushes and Balance, where the canvas catches what your heart's been holding.
Step into the lane.